Good morning, third grade. It's Miss Barker from Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week so far. I hope you guys watched all of the videos that were posted for lesson 31 and then did the assessment today, or yesterday, I guess. Okay, so we are jumping right into lesson 32 now, and we are talking about classifying quadrilaterals. And you have to bear with me because Miss Barker sometimes gets excited, I guess is the word, and then I say the word wrong. So quadrilaterals. It's a hard word to say sometimes, I know. Okay, we are jumping right in. All right, use what you know. In lesson 31, you compared shapes and put them into groups. In this lesson, you will learn how to group quadrilaterals and take a look at this problem. A rhombus is one kind of quadrilateral. See, already messing it up. A rectangle is another kind of quadrilateral. How are a rhombus and a rectangle the same? How are they different? Well, which of the two shapes has four sides and four angles? Well, let's take a look. One side, two sides, three sides, four sides. Okay, rhombus has it. One angle, two angle, three angle, four angle. Rhombus. So we're going to write rhombus. And let's see for rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like yes. And then angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and the rectangle. Next, which of the two shapes has two pairs of sides that are the same length? Which of the two shapes? So if we look at them, this one's the same as this one, this one's the same as this one. So we know rhombus is one, this one's the same as this one, and this one. Same. So both rhombus and rectangle. Here we don't really have to write full sentences because we're filling in math. So, we don't really have to do that. But, okay, next one. Which of the two shapes has four sides that are the same length? Which of the two shapes has four sides that are the same length? Let's look at them. Is this the same as this side? Is this side? It is. Is this side the same as this side? It is. But are they all the same? They are not. Same here. This side is the same as this one, and this one, but they're not all equal. So which of the shapes has four sides that are the same length? None of them. Okay. Next, which of the two shapes has four corners? Well, we said they all have four sides, so we know they all have four corners. So all of them, or both of them. How are the rhombus and the rectangle shown above alike? How are they different? So let's think a little bit about our lesson yesterday. How were we talking about, or I guess the last 3 days, how are we talking about classifying different shapes? So we have to think about them. So we know that they all have what? We know that they all have, or we could say both, I guess. Both shapes have four sides, which means that they have four angles. That's one. Does any of them have, do they have, what were they called? Square corners? Is that what they were called? I think the rectangle does. The rectangle has square corners. The rhombus does not have square corners. Good. They both have opposite sides that are the same length. Good. I think that's pretty good for our first. Okay, moving on. Find out more. A quadrilateral, see, it's tough for Miss Barker too, is any shape with four sides and four angles. So let's look at all of these. We know they all have four sides and they all have four angles. You can name them using their attributes. An attribute is a way to describe a shape, like the number of sides or the length of the sides. One attribute is they have four sides. So it's kind of like our lesson 31 where we were classifying and determining what kind of groups the shapes go in. Okay. Another one is at least one square corner. So if we look, do any of these have at least one square corner? Looks like this one does. Okay. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if it has two pairs of parallel sides and two pairs of sides that are the same length. Sides are parallel if they are always the same distance apart. These are parallelograms. So here and here. So if we look at these, same length, same length, same length, same length. Okay, so that means the opposite sides are all going the same way, okay? They never are going to cross each other. Same here. This one keeps going this way. This one keeps going this way. This one keeps going up, and this one keeps going up, and they never cross. These are not parallelograms. So if we look at the trapezoid on the sides, if they keep going, they're eventually going to touch. A quadrilateral is a rectangle if it has four square corners. A rectangle also has two pairs of parallel sides and two sides that are the same length. These are rectangles. So you see that they all have opposite sides, keep going, they're parallel, parallel. And then these are not rectangles. So it says that a rectangle has four square corners. So that's how you know that these two are technically rectangles. These are not because they do not have all four square corners. Okay, now a rhombus. If it's a rhombus, it has two pairs of parallel sides and four sides that are the same length. So it's kind of like a diamond. They're all the same length, right? They have two pairs of parallel lines, which are here and here, and here and here. Then these ones are not rhombuses because they do not have all four sides are the same length. So if you look here, this is the same, this is the same, this is the same, and this is the same, but they're not all the same sides. Okay, let's reflect. All right. Flipping my page so I have my work in front of me as well. All right, so we're going to reflect now. A square is a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. Whew. Explain what a square is by writing about its sides and its corners. All right, so we know that a square has how many sides? Has four. What kind of sides though? If you said equal, you are right. Equal sides, which means they're all the same length. So I'm going to put in parentheses all the same length. So we know kind of what that means. It has two pairs, which means both sides are parallel. Two pairs of parallel lines. We could put four square corners, but that's not really identifying that it's quadrilateral because there's more things that are quadrilateral. So we're just going to skip that part. But it does have four square corners. I'm just trying to think of something else that we could put. But I think we got everything. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Okay, now we're modeling and we're guiding instruction, okay? So I'm going to kind of walk you through this a little bit, ask you a question, maybe give you a second to answer, and yeah. Okay, read the problem below. Then explore different ways to compare quadrilaterals. Miss Barker cannot talk. Okay, is a square a rectangle? Is a rectangle a square? Picture it. You can use a drawing to compare quadrilaterals. All quadrilaterals have four sides and four angles. So this square has four square corners, two pairs of parallel sides, four sides that are the same length. The rectangle has four square corners, two pairs of parallel sides, two pairs of sides the same length. Okay, so we're looking at this. All right, you can use the table to compare. Square has 4 sides and 4 angles. Rectangle has 4 sides, 4 angles. Square has 4 square corners. Rectangle has 4 square corners. Square has 2 parallel sides. Rectangle has 2 parallel sides. Square has 2 pairs of sides that are the same length. Rectangle has 2 pairs of sides that are the same length. Square has 4 sides that are the same length. A rectangle, sometimes because the square is considered a rectangle as well. All right. Now we are moving on to connecting. Connect it. Now you will solve the problem from the previous page by comparing attributes. What is an attribute of a square that is not an attribute of every rectangle? So think of a square. What does a square have that a rectangle doesn't? If you said 4 equal sides, you are correct. So we are going to put 4 equal sides. I'm going to put slash 4 sides that are the same length. That way there kind of means the same thing, but just in case. Okay, does every rectangle have all of the attributes of a square? No, because a rectangle does not have 4 equal sides unless it's considered a square. Now, does every square have all of the attributes of a rectangle? Yes, they do, because a square is considered a rectangle. So we're going to write yes. Is every square a rectangle? Explain why or why not. Well, we just said it was, so yes, because a square has all of the same attributes as a rectangle. A square is considered a rectangle. Is every rectangle a square? Let's move this down a little bit. Is every rectangle a square? No, it is not. A rectangle does not have 4 equal sides. Okay, use what you just learned about comparing quadrilaterals to solve these problems. Show your work on a separate sheet of paper. If you have another sheet of paper, perfect. If you don't, we're just talk through it. Circle all of the quadrilaterals below that are squares. Okay, let's see. Now, square is not a rectangle. I mean, square is a rectangle. Rectangle is not a square. Okay, it's tough to learn. I know. We'll get through it. Okay, so we just want to know what their squares are. So I'm going to take, I can't draw that. Is there, Ooh, maybe I can use this. No. Ooh, I can use this though. Okay, so I'm going to circle this one. And I'm going to circle this one because I know they're squares. Circle all of the quadrilaterals below that are rectangles. So we know this is a rectangle. And we know this is a rectangle because it still has 4 sides and it has 4 angles. So it is a rectangle. And this one. Okay. Next one. Maybe if the page loads. Okay, naming and drawing quadrilaterals. Read the problem below. Then explore different ways to name and draw quadrilaterals. I have a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides that are the same length. It does not have any square corners. What is the name of my shape? So, if we want to know, okay, I'm going to read it again. I have a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides that are all the same length. It does not have any square corners. What is the name of it? Well, this is it right here. Now, obviously, we cannot really cut paper unless you have paper at home and you'd like to and you want to do that. Go for it. Arrange them to look like a quadrilateral. Make sure there are no square corners. So, none of these have 4 square corners. It is not a square because a square has 4 square corners. Okay, look at the model above. Think about everything you know about this shape. It is a quadrilateral